The greatest film character of all time, the greatest actor role, I should say, it's the role is really what you're looking for in a film.
It's so hard because
there must be something that comes to your mind. There must be one character in one movie that you've seen in your life that when you think of, that is the greatest film character of all time.
It's a Marlon Brando, The Godfather.
Perfect. That's on my list. That would definitely be on my list. Not on this list.
Really? I mean, that's the one that jumps off the page.
Jeff Bridges, the dude.
Yeah, that should be in there because I mean, that made that movie. I mean, like that movie was an underground,
right? Like almost one of those not side projects, but
kind of like an indie release,
an indie studio release. Yeah.
And then it's like still to this day, one of the biggest movies, you know, I mean, as far as staying power.
Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump.
Okay. I think that's a good one.
It's one of the greatest movies of all time.
Tom Cruise, as Maverick.
This is what they have.
That's what, I mean, these are the ones that I'm thinking of, you know, that are jumping off the page.
Now, to me, these are just, maybe because there's been so many, and it's been done so many times that it's kind of taken off the effect of the character. But number 5, James Bond.
Okay, yeah. James Bond should be there. It should be, like, I mean, complete franchises were built on that character, okay?
Bigger than Marlon Brando?
Yeah, complete franchises. I mean, like there's been, like, 5 or 6
If you look up the IMDb greatest movies of all time, do you know what the number 1 movie of all time is? The Godfather. Number 4 is like The Godfather 2, somewhere in the top 10. Number 4, Ellen Ripley.
What? Who?
Thank you. Look it up. I have no idea. Number 3, Han Solo.
Oh, I was thinking something from Star Wars, and
it has to be in there, right?
It was on the. I was thinking, okay, Harrison Ford's, but I'm not a Star Wars person, so I don't know.
Number 2,
I know who it is.
Batman, and number 1, Indiana Jones. And I'm like,
wow,
this is the greatest film character of all time. The greatest film character of all time.
Oh, Ellen Ripley is Sigourney Weaver's role in The Alien.
Okay, all right, that totally makes sense because neither one of us.
I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's the greatest of all time.
No, better than Jeff Bridges, the dude. Like that character, like that is inspired a lifestyle. The Caucasian is now drank worldwide.
Harrison Ford comes in at 2 of the top 5. That means he's like the best actor of all time, if that's the case.
Not it's not the actor; it's the character.
No, I know,
role,
but yes, 2 of his characters came in the top 5. That's insane.
Is he Han Solo?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know that he's the one that captains the ship.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've seen Star Wars, but it was a long time ago. And then Indiana Jones. So yeah, he comes in twice. What about Bill Murray? How many great roles has Bill Murray done? How about Groundhog Day?
No, I think Groundhog Day is so overrated.
What are you talking about? It's not overrated. It's underrated.
No,
Groundhog Day is one of the funniest.
No, it's not.
It's one of the greatest comedies of all time.
I've never thought that was good.
And if you look up greatest comedies of all time, I bet you it's in the top 5.
I understand a lot of people like it. I've never been a big fan of Groundhog Day. I was just like, gosh, it's the same thing.
What about Bob? Did you like What About Bob? What About Bob was great.
I'll tell you this. I liked What About Bob better than I like Groundhog Day.
People will say Caddyshack, but he didn't really have his groundskeeper role. Wasn't that, it
wasn't prominent. It was more Chevy Chase.
Yeah, it was more Chevy. But 543-3693. You can call or text, by the way, if you want to text in. What do you think? Now, this isn't the greatest actor of all time. This is the greatest film character of all time.
Rocky? No mention? No mention on Rocky?
Nothing with Sylvester Stallone. Nothing with Rocky. Chevy Chase is getting thrown in there, but like we said, we're not looking for what movie was Chevy Chase the greatest movie character of all time?
When the movie spawns a franchise, and then there's another franchise of the Rocky that is like, continued on beyond what Sylvester Stallone was able to do with Rocky, and that's the second one's coming out of that one very soon. I mean, that's like Rocky deserves to be. I mean, I'm sorry, but probably better character than Ellen Ripley, to be honest.
For sure.
To be honest with you. Because, I mean, how many Rocky movies were made? A ton.
No Rocky on here. This is the top 10, all right? Number 6 is Travis Bickle. You have to look that one up. Hannibal Lecter. Silence of the Lambs. Gandalf. Is that that goofy book series that you watched with the wizard?
No, it's the
Gandalf?
Other, it's the other Goofy book series. You're talking about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Mine was that was Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver, Travis Bickle, which was a great character.
Was it a Taxi?
Taxi Driver.
Okay. And then, gosh, I need to watch some of these movies. The Joker in Batman. And Princess Leia comes in at number 10. 543-3693. A couple people writing in Dustin Hoffman playing Rain Man, right? I mean,
God, that was a great character. God, he did such a good job on that. He did such a phenomenal job on Rain Man.
Hi, go ahead.
Good morning. I got to go with the dude.
Yeah, thank you. Jeff Bridges is the dude.
I mean, it's iconic.
And Walter, his what was Walter's last name? Do we even remember? Did Walter have a last name? Walter.
It was something Polish.
John Goodman. I swear to God, is the best role I've ever seen him play, and maybe the best role ever is Walter in The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, but the dude is one of the better characters of all time.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. 543-3693. Hi, what do you got?
Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I mean,
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah,
huge franchise.
yeah, that's a good one too.
I mean, my daughter loves those movies. She only knows it as Jack Sparrow. I want to watch it. She doesn't say, I want to watch Pirates of the Caribbean. She says, I want to watch Jack Sparrow. So,
Also getting The Terminator.
Yeah.
That was a big series.
A big series.
I mean, you look at some of these, you're like, wow, okay. Hannibal Lecter should be on there. I don't know, but I haven't seen Taxi Driver. Gandalf. That just seems like such a niched audience for Lord of the Rings, but I know it was a big series.
This is a list for nerds. What was the publication that did the list? No, it really is.
Total Film.
Okay.
Totalfilm.nerds. Kelly writes in. Says Jules and Vincent from Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
I mean, that was kind of I guess in the same argument that Jeff Bridges or, John Goodman in The Big Lebowski.
Iconic cult following to begin with, then became huge.
Sean Penn's character in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. See, if you can't remember the character's name from the movie, then I don't think it's fair to write in just the actor's name. Because we're talking about the greatest film character of all time.
Like earlier I said Marlon Brando in The Godfather, but it's Vito Corleone, but I couldn't remember Vito Corleone's name right off the bat on that one, so maybe it's not the best. I get what you're saying when you say that, because I thought the same thing at the time. I'm like, well, is it really a good character if I don't know the character's name off the top of my head?
What do you mean Marlon Brando? Marlon Brando was in The Godfather.
No, I know, but I didn't. I said Marlon Brando's role in The Godfather.
His name, the
I didn't
character's
say Vito.
name.
I didn't say Vito Corleone.
Oh, that's very true. But that goes way back, right? 543-3693. But I get your point there.
What about Tony Montana?
Who?
Tony Montana. Scarface. Scarface.
See, that goes too far back. I can't remember his name.
Okay.
I know that was
you don't think Tony Montana?
Al Pacino, right?
Yeah. You don't think Tony Montana is one of the best? I mean, people quote Scarface all the time.
Right.
You know? Say hello to my little friend. I mean, it's like, come on. You know, I mean, if you're being quoted all the time, if your character's being quoted all the time in regular everyday life, 30, 40 years beyond the release date of your film, then that makes you a legendary character.
543-3693. Let's grab a couple of calls. Go ahead.
Yeah, how about Jason Bourne and Bourne Identity?
Yeah, it spawned a franchise. I think that's legit.
I think that makes the list too. Yeah, those are all good. Hi, go ahead.
James Bond.
Yeah,
James Bond on the list.
Number one, right?
He's on the list.
Number
He is.
five.
Oh,
Number five
should be
on the
number
list.
one.
Indiana Jones is number one on this list. Number two is Batman. Number three is Han Solo.
People that do
number
this
four
list,
is
though-
Ellen Ripley from the Alien franchise.
I never trust these lists because they purposefully leave off the one, or they drop the one down that should be number one just to get you to talk about the list. If they would have came in with James Bond, maybe we would have just glossed over the list and said, oh yeah, James Bond is the greatest character ever in film, because like 20-something movies, 6 different actors to play it. You know, I mean, so it's like, you know, they dropped that down to 5, and we're like, it's an outrage. We're going to talk about this list.
Rocky Balboa, number 11. As I dive a little bit deeper, because we were just looking at the top 10. The Dude coming in at number 25.
Okay.
In The Big Lebowski. Hi, what do you got?
It's pretty easy. I don't know how they haven't said this. It's Han Solo.
Han Solo's on the list. We have said it. You should pay attention to the show. It's catching on. Thanks for the call. 543-3693.
Number
Han
3?
Solo came in at number 3 on the top list of greatest film characters of all time.
I like the way you say Han Solo, though, because that pisses off a lot of Star Wars
I know.
geeks. Thank you. Thank you for doing
Han
that, sir.
Solo. Hi, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
There it is. Yeah, Spicoli. But that wasn't.
Right on.
That wasn't what's his face's character, right?
See, for me, no, that was Sean Penn's
That
character.
was Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Okay. He was, that's right. He was Spicoli. That's
But
right.
he was such a, like, not a main role in the movie, you know? There's so much stuff going on there in the movie that he was just, he was the wastoid, that shut up, man, bagel in his jeans. That's all that Sean Penn had to do in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
But when you quote Fast Times, who do you quote?
Spicoli.
You don't quote Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck was not in.
Oh, no. I always confuse
Fast
him and the
Times-
other guy.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
No,
he would have been like
what's his
4.
buddy's name?
Who?
The other guy that was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. The guy that cheats on his wife, Jennifer Garner.
That's Ben Affleck.
No, that is Ben Affleck.
He was not in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I thought he was.
No. I don't think you know your movies very well.
Well, you're right. Phoebe Cates, Sean Penn, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Judge Reinhold is the pervert, and Nicolas Cage. No Ben Affleck.
He was not a
I don't even know
pervert.
who I was thinking of.
He was a young man finding himself by himself.
He got
No, you
caught.
can't- no, come on. You're not.
He got caught
but
in
you're
the
not
bathroom.
But you're not a pervert, okay? You're just checking out your sister's friend.
Yeah. No, that didn't make him a pervert. When he went into the bathroom, that's when he became a weirdo.
But you're a teenager. That's what you do, okay?
All right, somebody hold on.
Don't make teenagers that might be listening to this program feel bad for doing that if they've ever seen the movie.
This guy says he thinks he knows what I was talking about with Ben Affleck. Go ahead.
Hey, I just wanted to say that Ben Affleck was in Dazed and Confused. That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, that's yeah. It was like when we had
got
thanks. Like last week when I thought Poison had the wrong song. Belle Biv DeVoe. It wasn't Poison. It was.
Yeah, you're just really bad at facts. You should go work for.
I wouldn't say really bad. I'm
You should-
close. I'm within the right.
You should work for Kellyanne Conway and the Trump administration. Because
Hi, Kimberly.
You're all about alternative facts.
What do you got for us?
How about Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah, Hannibal came in on the list at number 7. That's a good
Okay,
one.
what
though.
about Mrs. Doubtfire?
You watch that a lot with your kids, Jeff?
No, I don't. I should though.
Yeah,
that's a good one to watch.
That'd
with
be
the
another
kids.
one your kids would
Yeah.
love. Thank you. Appreciate the call.
I like that. Thanks for the suggestion.
Hi, go ahead.
Now I can stop watching Bubble Guppies.
How about Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Jeremy said that one. What about Dirty Harry?
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like I'm just thinking of ones that
Clint Eastwood.
spawn franchises.
There's a number of Clint Eastwood flicks, but Dirty Harry has to be on top.
Yeah. What about John McClane from the Die Hard movies? Bruce Willis. Hey, if you have a character that spawns many, many movies, that makes it by definition the greatest character.
Wait, was his name John McClane?
Yeah.
What's the guy that sings American Pie?
That's Don McClane.
Oh, Don.
Not to
Okay,
be confused with Don McClane.
Yeah, no, but the Die Hard franchise was
Yeah,
huge.
it was-
And I don't know, maybe because we were younger and we were kids and, we didn't take much to entertain us.
Well, there's like 6 or 7 movies.
I mean, 10 years ago, I would have
don't know how
said,
many
hey,
Die
what
Hards
about
are.
Sylvester Stallone and all the Rambos? And you would have laughed at me.
Well, he would be. The thing is, he would get trumped by the Rocky movies because there was a lot more Rocky movies and it was a more popular franchise. But if there wasn't a Rocky, then there could be a case and an argument made for that.
All right, this has spawned a poll question at KZOZ.com.
I need a 10th character.
In the world of Hollywood celebrities and film characters. What?
These are film characters, the greatest film characters of all time. We're going to put Indiana Jones on the list because it came in number 1 on their list,
have to.
and we'll incorporate it. Even though the discussion, nobody's run to the defense in saying that Indiana Jones is definitely the greatest character of all time in cinema. This is what I have so far: Rocky, James Bond, The Terminator, Indiana Jones, The Dude, Forrest Gump, Hannibal Lecter, Dirty Harry, and John McClane. I need a 10th one. Who am I missing that we've had in this discussion?
Bill Murray, Groundhog's Day.
No, that's not a character.
A character.
And you got to know the character's got to stand out. Like that's the person is defined by their role in that one.
Well, I think it's got to be. Did you have anybody from Star Wars?
No. Is it Han Solo? We have to put Han Solo.
What about Luke?
No.
Yeah, he was kind of trumped by Han Solo, wasn't he? Who's bigger? Is it Han Solo or Princess Leia when you think about Star Wars?
Han Solo. I think Luke Skywalker's the biggest because he's the hero.
That's what I just said, Luke.
Right, I know, but he did, for whatever reason, the hero doesn't carry it. Like people like Han Solo for some reason because he was the freewheeling gypsy of the outer space, you know.
What about Spider-Man or Superman?
Oh God, no! I don't want to get superheroes. I want like real
Batman
people.
came in number 2.
People that were real people, though. You know, I mean, like Indiana Jones. Even though he's the hero, he was the person. I don't want the superpowers
Real quick,
on this
let's grab
list.
some phones.
John McClane. You know, he was.
Yeah, no, John McClane is
real
legit.
guy. Dirty
Yeah.
Harry, real guy.
I like all those.
Hannibal Lecter, real guy. Creepy, but real guy.
Hi, what do you got?
Hey, what about Matt Damon, Jason Bourne?
No, we had that earlier.
We could go with
It was a small franchise. All right, we're going to pencil that in.
But I mean,
let me grab a couple more calls.
It's actually a pretty large franchise now.
Hi,
know.
go ahead. What do you got?
How about Charles Bronson?
I love that. I was thinking about that earlier. That goes all the way back to the 70s and early 80s.
What was his character though?
Yeah, what was the name of his character? Sorry, we can't say that on the radio. I'll put you on hold. Hi, go ahead. What do you got for us?
How about Ferris Bueller?
That's a good one. That is a good
Why
one.
Ferris Bueller?
You got to go back to those 80s classics. You know, those last. Our daughter, she's 15. We start showing her all those 16 Candles.
We don't have one woman on this list.
Here, how about this?
You realize
though?
we don't have one woman on this
Oh,
list.
that's what my wife was saying. They're all action guy movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Can you name, of all the John Hughes movies that were popular in the 80s, can you name a character from one of them that's not Ferris Bueller?
16 Candles.
What was her
No
name?
More Yankees by Winky.
The Donger.
The donger needs
donger.
food.
The Donger.
The Donger. Samantha was her name in 16 Candles.
wow.
But still, I think Ferris Bueller. But I mean, it's part of the title of the movie. That's why you
Ferris
remember.
Bueller has to take it, regardless. All right. Thank you. We don't have one woman on this list. What about Sarah Connor?
We have a woman commenting.
Sarah Connor was the Terminator, though. That was the Terminator.
We have one woman commenting. She says that we should put Jack Sparrow on this list.
Fine.
But
Put Jack Sparrow on the list. I don't care. I mean, we could sit here
Jason
and take
Bourne,
these calls all day.
Jason Bourne, Ferris Bueller, or Jack Sparrow?
Say it again.
Jason Bourne, Ferris Bueller, or Jack Sparrow? Next call decides it. 543-3693. Okay, these are your choices. Jason Bourne, Ferris Bueller, or Jack Sparrow. Who should get that final spot? We'll move on to the next call then.
They didn't want to answer. Hi.
What about Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon?
No, the question is Jason Bourne, Ferris Bueller, or Jack Sparrow?
If you
Jack Sparrow.
Okay.
Okay.
There
All
you
right.
go.
Yay. There you go. You decided the final, position on
spot.
the poll.
And what was her name? Kendra thanks you for it.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.